Well, congratulations and thank you for sticking with this series that yet again has become one more video in length than anticipated. But I guess that's part of the fun, right? And hopefully, along with my experimenting and stumbling about, maybe you're enjoying this and picking up some tricks that you can use on your repair projects, as well as an idea of maybe some things to look out for should you endeavor to put together some bits and pieces and build yourself an engine, especially a Baldwin. Today we're looking at the infamous and well-known reverse unit, and I'm going to speed through some of the elementary things you've seen so many times before on this channel, and we'll delve into a little bit more of the nitty-gritty and then see what we can do and if this engine will finally work.
So if you're going to work on any units, you really need to get some kind of spreading pliers so that you can apply gentle outward pressure, slightly spread these side frames, and then finger pressure should bring them back, because you still want everything to be loose. You don't want it to be tight and you don't want it to be bent up. And it's really hard to not have things get twisted if you use standard pliers. So I'm not real quick on the draw sometimes. It took me a while to figure that out. So I polished up the bottoms of the fingers, and now that I've done that, what I want to do is I want them to have a little more downward force, even though depending on what direction we're looking, it's not down. But so I'm going to go ahead and bend these down like this. And then you're thinking, wow, that's excessive. Well, they do bend back as you reassemble them. So if you don't put down a significant amount of bend like that, so that they're up against the barrel, after you've got everything reassembled, you'll get to take it all back apart again, because they bent, because they're very, very easy to bend. Okay, so that's the bottom ones. Now before I twist those prongs back, I'm going to go ahead and do these. Again, you want to try to get them even. Like this one is, it's like a different metal or something. It was not as wanting to stay as well as the other one did. Then you gotta gently and equally reinsert the ends, which is always, well, not always, but oftentimes can be really tricky. Especially if the tabs get a little bit twisted like these are. There we go. Okay. Now, what I want to do before I put everything back together, twist the tabs, is I want to apply power and just double check that things work the way they're intended to. And if that's all good, then I'll put things back together, add some lubrication. Well, I couldn't ask for better motion. That's working really good. Okay, so everything checks out as far as good contact, good direction. So now I'm going to twist these pins, although not like the previous directions were. I just go a little bit because I don't think I've ever seen these things work loose. And if someone needs to come along in the future and replace fingers, I want them to be able to not have to replace the E unit as well because the fingers twist off. Okay, making some forward motion happen here. This is the oil wick. I'm getting nice and wet with oil. Here's the new oil wick that has yet to have any oil added to it. And let's go ahead and get a little bit of lubrication on these axles. Okay, now we need a light bulb. We'll go ahead and test everything before adding the shell, but hopefully this will complete this engine and get it back to miles and miles of revenue service. Maybe I'll go like this. There's just a hole in the front of this shell where that part of the frame, aluminum frame, is inserted. And that's all there is to these things. Again, this was one of those creations that Flyer made in its latter days and doesn't have quite build quality that we've come to expect from Flyer. But having said that, we have an engine that's ready for a rail test. So let's go.